So in short, President al-Bashir has been arrested based on good evidence, as we would say, and based on a proper legal basis. What has been the response? President al-Bashir has completely ignored the warrant, but what is the international responsibility of countries? Countries that are not members of the Security Council have an obligation under Chapter 7 to cooperate with the court. The ICC has no police force or no coercive powers. It relies on state cooperation to enforce its orders. And towards that end, all states that are party to the United Nations, that are bound by the Security Council, just as we were all bound by 1373 following the 9/11 events, we are equally bound to take action to comply with the orders of the court. So inasmuch as President al-Bashir has been able to thump his nose at the court so far and will not be surrendered by Sudan as long as he remains president, that is not the end of the story. An answer is found when we look at the other examples of ex-head of states who have been arrested. We look at the case of Pinochet, for example. The Spanish judges continued to issue arrest warrants against Pinochet, and even years after leaving office, while recovering from back surgery in England, the English authorities were able to arrest him. Rather than Karadzic, he was hiding for years and lived right under the eyes of NATO, but eventually he was betrayed and handed over to the authorities in The Hague for prosecution. So was Milosevic, who thought that he would never be taken alive, but he also was arrested, and despite the standoff lasting over 40 hours, he was brought to account. And quite contrary to his views that he thought he might have been tried only for local crimes of corruption and abuse of power, he was handed over to the authorities in The Hague, and we know he died during the trial in a Dutch jail. And last but not least, we have the case of Charles Taylor, the former Liberian president, who was comfortably residing in Nigeria with stacks and stacks of cash. But at the end of the day, due to international pressure and an outstanding warrant issued against him, when he sought to make it to the border with Nigeria and Cameroon, he was arrested after being identified by customs officials and handed over to Liberia. He was then transferred to The Hague, and he is today awaiting trial. So President al-Bashir might be able to run, but he cannot hide. The international community is right. It is a new order of business. There is a new ethos in international relations and international morality. And the perpetrators of serious atrocities and those who commit crimes against humanity and war crimes must be brought to account. If anything, the existence of the International Criminal Court will serve as a means to deter heads of state and those in commanding authority to think twice before they act, because they know that justice goes now beyond the national borders, beyond territorial integrity, beyond sovereignty. We are now accountable to an international jurisdiction which has real teeth, which has been successful so far, and which with time will continue to prosper and continue to ensure that justice is done, so that confidence in the international judicial system and confidence in justice worldwide will continue to prevail. I thank you.